The following Best of Central Florida is sponsored by these fine sponsors.
Best of Central Florida is presented by Delatur. Welcome to the Best of Central Florida, episode 2 of our wedding episode. We got married, it was a whole deal. We're gonna have our first fight though, or it's probably second or third, honestly. But I love the Best of Central Florida cards.
Yes.
You call it my pacifier?
Your safety blanket.
My safety blanket. And you didn't bring them today, and then you're blaming me for you not bringing them. I don't understand how this works.
And number one, I don't think we need cards for this episode because these people have all
have you
been
ever
part
watched
of our
The
wedding.
Price is Right?
Yeah,
when
I was actually watching
The
it
Price
this
is
morning.
Right?
Yeah.
What's his face always has a card.
Yeah.
Every legit TV show, you've got to have a card.
I think that shows your age,
No,
honey.
it shows it's a legitimate television program.
I totally disagree.
So I'm going to get this, and we'll get to the show in a minute. You have all the cards at home, and you just elected to not bring them.
I don't need them.
But you know I do.
It's not my responsibility to bring cards for you.
What kind of marriage really is this?
My safety mask is on. You have to put your own on.
Your chili's not going to be good.
Whatever.
What's coming up today?
So many things. Now that they've just, seen inside our marriage, super cool. We're going to take you a little bit further into our wedding and talk with some amazing vendors that really made our day possible.
Very quick break. Best of Central Florida continues.
So Ryan, not only did you literally change, our yard. I'm spending so much time outside. He is too. I mean, he can't even get off the putting green ever.
I've already gotten yelled at.
Well, you know what? It could be worse places.
That's the other problem though, Ryan, is I got yelled at for having a bad backyard until you came, and now I'm getting yelled at.
And now we can't get him inside.
Because I just want to have a golf club.
Well, we actually have this amazing way for me to come get to you and find you out on the putting green. So pavers, talk to me about the pavers, because when we originally met, I was like, Ryan, I want some cement, I want some whatever it is. I really want that in there to just kind of like change it up so it's not just turf.
Yep. Yeah, so the travertine in this case with turf strips is a very good option for something like that. It's a very elegant look as well. Yeah. We can do pavers or travertine in this scenario like this, to where you have the strips. And it just creates a nice little pathway.
It really just elevates the area, and it looks classy, it's rich. And then we talked about my little dead area over there that we're still working on. I'm gonna put some mulch back there, but you did these bricks, why?
So the brick is a nice little landscape border. It also defines a bed at the same time. And it's not something you're gonna have to replace.
No, I love it. Our yard is just, so elevated. And this one's already talking about doing extra projects, so.
I can't help it. I mean, and because it looks so good, you just automatically think, okay, I can do this and that, and I think you should. And again, Ryan, you and I always talk about it. We live in Florida. We're not in Nebraska. We're not in Boston. We spend a lot of time outside. The outdoor areas are so important to the resale value of the house, but maybe more importantly for us, like the enjoyment of our home.
Yeah, exactly. It's really about enjoyment more than anything. That outdoor living space is huge.
I agree.
Well, we love our yard. Stella does too. And it's dog friendly, which is huge, especially for us, because we're at her home too, and she's just wandering out. She loves it.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I think we're at her home.
Yes, yeah, we are. Definitely. Well, Ryan, thank you for literally changing our home, for making it more beautiful. I'm very happy. I feel like you and Justin are going to be golfing literally in more ways than one.
No question about it.
So.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I didn't say that.
Whatever.
That was me opening.
Do yourself a favor and call Delaturf if you're looking to elevate your space. Really, they can walk you through anything. I mean, they can do the pavers, they can do the bricks. Your dog will love it too. Call Delaturf today. I'm sorry, this episode, literally, I know we were just doing like our opening, and we're giving each other some banter, as we normally do, going into the next chapter of our life.
Is something bad coming from me right now?
No, something amazing is coming.
I thought you were about to start talking trash. I found my card.
Well, good, honey. I'm glad you found your card. That was a big debacle in the beginning of this episode. But one of the bigger debacles is like, what do you do when you walk into the ballroom of your wedding and you really need to change the scenery, change the vibe, change all of it?
I turn to you for that.
Well, I turn to the woman to my right, from Fyerfly Productions. We're joined by Tabitha. Tabitha, you changed the entire dynamic of what a simple ballroom was, and you brought it into it was like my Cinderella Wonderland.
And it looked so gorgeous. That champagne drape in your dress, I was just like,
It's like, mwah, chef's kiss.
Yes. I was like, yes. Thank you. And thank you for listening to me about changing from white to champagne.
Yes.
Oh, I was so excited.
And I think, I was a little, I'll be honest with you, like I got married at Bellaclina, and so I was like really hoping to do the grand lawn and everything outside.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't know, you never know with Florida weather. So moving into a ballroom, I was like, kind of like, But adding the drapes, talk about a game changer.
Yeah.
What made you want to get into that? Because truly, like it truly changed the feel and the whole night.
It is so crazy. If you had told me a couple of years ago, Tabitha, you're going to fall in love with fabric, I would tell you you're absolutely insane. It's nothing that is in my wheelhouse. So I started as a photographer for 25 years, destination weddings, and it's just aesthetically, it makes me so happy because there's so many things that you want to change that you can't in photos, but I can because I'm in charge of the lighting and I'm in charge of the drape. So there's almost nothing that I can't do to make a really good photo in a room, and it just came together. And I've got sewing machines all over the place and all kinds of stuff now. It's insane, but I love it. I love fabric. I love how it can change so quickly.
It can, and it really just changes the space, changes the whole feeling of the night. And I mean, the lighting, you really do it like all at Fyerfly. What else do you do?
We do DJ, we do lighting, we do all the special effects. So all the like super fun stuff, cold sparks, confetti, all of those things. And draping is our newest endeavor. We've been in it about 2 years now, and it's just so cool to be in charge of like all of those things for one event. It's pretty awesome.
What advice do you have for someone? Because like honestly, when I started planning our wedding, I didn't know all the little things that I would want to look for. And I think sometimes people are like, okay, do I need the drapes? What advice do you have for them? Because for me, it just changed it all, truly.
Yeah, I would say listen to your wedding planner. I think you have Jennifer Lopez with
amazing
Bella Sposa. Yeah, she's really good. She's really good at design and things like that. I would say listen to your wedding coordinator, and then also really talk to your production company, because there are such little things that people don't know about for such a tiny amount of money that could really, change everything, from just a simple color wash in the middle of a dance floor. That's probably the least expensive thing you can do to ensure that you have really good photos, all the way up to a complete room wrap like you did of drape. So just talk, really. Just ask the questions. Hey, are we missing anything? I know you do a lot of weddings at, let's say, Bellaclina. Is there anything that you wish that people did at their wedding? Is there anything that you think, given everything that we're doing, that can enhance, our wedding? Just ask the questions. I feel like a lot of people don't think that they can do that. They just,
They're just like, meh.
They're like, well, this is what I saw on Pinterest or whatever it is, you know what I mean? But asking those questions, I feel like, especially if you're using a company that is doing weddings at your venue often, they know, man, if there was just this one thing. And sometimes it's so minute and it makes such a big difference.
No, it does. And I mean, even like the last minute details, you're like, Makaila, like, are we sure we really want to go with this color? It's like, you have the vision for that, and me being a control freak, being like, you know what? Tabitha's got it. Like, she knows. I mean, going above and beyond for your clients, for your guests, just, I don't know, and you do.
For sure. and especially like when you get that design board, like, the planners send us a design board, and, given everything, like I got to see your flower color, I got to see all of this, and I'm like, are you sure you want white? Not that snow, which is what we call our white, isn't beautiful. It is, and it has its place, but I think the champagne just brought everything.
It was like that little bit of warmth.
It was so pretty.
It was gorgeous.
I heard a lot of people talking about the drapes, by the way.
Yeah, no,
really
me too.
I didn't know anything about drapes. I'm not sure you're not shocked to hear that, but I heard many people.
Me either,
saying
3 years ago.
yeah.
You and me both.
I heard so many people say the drapes looked amazing.
They really did. Yeah. I mean, and you guys do so much more too. So it's like a one-stop shop to really just elevate your wedding. And I mean, you've truly elevated ours. I wish, I was telling you earlier before we started, I wish the party would have gone longer, because you blink and it's gone, and you're like, well, what just happened?
That is the one complaint in 26 years now of weddings that everyone says to me. And I always give them the time thing. So I learned this a long time ago, but there was this thing that I read, it might have been Cosmo or something like that, that said, if you remind people of the time, like, hey, it's 10 o'clock, hey, it's 11 o'clock, it like puts things in perspective. And I've been telling planners that more and more now. And everybody that has done that, bride and grooms wise, they're like, oh, it seemed to have gone by so slow.
Yeah.
Instead of
really?
so fast.
Okay.
We should've
Right,
done that.
because you're reminding,
Dang.
because you're reminding them of the time. Hey, a whole hour has passed.
Next time.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Next time, maybe
I
we
do it on
about
special days. Me and my husband do it on special days because even
As
the
we
special
should.
days go by so fast,
Yeah.
you know?
Sure
Sure
do.
do.
Well, Tabitha, thank you for making our special day
Thank you for letting us be
absolutely
a part.
beautiful.
We're really excited.
Yes, well,
Yay.
next time we do a little vow renewal or
there
something,
you
we
go.
will
I'll be
call.
there.
Yes, perfect. We'll call Fyerfly. Thanks, guys.
I'm very excited about tomorrow.
Me too.
I hope you are still.
I mean,
you
we're
seemed
doing
a little
it.
bit like a little earlier.
No, we're doing it.
But this is the night before the wedding.
It
I'm
is.
so excited for tomorrow, but the night before the wedding we're having, a lot of people from out of town come here, which, by the way, I look around, I'm just like blown away that
I
they
know.
took time out of their lives to come see us, money, travel,
Yes.
to get here, and we're having a party for them. And as they deserve, that we're having a party, so we have to obviously have the party catered.
Yes,
Did
they've
you
got to
was
have
there any
good
question-
food. They're
was there
coming
any
all the way into
question as
town. They
to
have to have good food.
Who we would choose?
Absolutely not. We knew it immediately.
The Afrin party, Caribbean Moonshine Party.
Caribbean Moonshine Party.
do
They've been to
everything. And my
everything.
concern sometimes when people have caterers, when you Google or whatever, so many things pop up, and you don't know who to trust. You simply don't know who to trust.
Yeah, not here though. I mean, Puff and stuff, their reputation speaks for themselves, and I mean that's why I love them so much. The food is always not really so consistent, but it's just amazing. I truly couldn't dream of doing this with anyone else.
And the food obviously is super important, but also the people who serve that food, the people who are here kind of at the party with us, who work at Puff and stuff, who are taking care of us,
Oh my
that's
God,
equally as important.
They've been so excited. They're like, number one, we can't believe we're celebrating y'all's wedding. I mean, they've been with us on set so many different times.
I know.
They've been to our family. I've been to our houses. It's really cool to see it all come together.
I am so excited. Thanks to Puff and stuff, by the way. The food's fantastic. Even my daughter Mila's here.
I know,
She
I'm
likes it.
eating
She's 7.
way too much, so thanks, guys.
Check out Puff and stuff.
So we're gonna keep talking about our wedding. One of
wedding,
my
your show.
favorite. Hey, our wedding, our show. You see what I did there?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's about both of us,
It
honey.
just feels like your wedding, your show, kind of. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely, I think, a little bit more in the driver's seat of the beautiful production that was our wedding.
I don't know how to use Pinterest.
No, you
So
don't.
how can I help? Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Any men in the studio right now who have a Pinterest board? Be honest. All right. Good-
Yeah.
Good people.
I mean, and if they did, I think that's awesome because I think
I
everyone
would lose
should have
all
it.
respect.
I don't think you should ever talk to me about Pinterest like that again.
Whatever.
Well, when it comes to your wedding, there's honestly, you should invest in everything because like you do this one time, so like do it right if you're gonna do it. But for me, and I've always been told this, two things: photography and videography, because I don't even like remember our wedding. Do you?
And nothing. It was an
No, it's like you
absolute just
black out.
blur,
Yeah.
And it felt like it went by in 2 seconds.
It did, and you
But
have
let me
to.
tell you how I feel about it, because I've always obviously heard of wedding photography. Everyone always knows that. I had no idea how important the video piece was to a wedding. And is that something new, or has this been around for a while?
I mean, I think the times are definitely evolving. We're getting more into videos.
Let's ask the real pro.
I know. I
Oh, there
mean,
you go.
I can't answer that, but the man to my right can, our amazing videographer from our wedding, Andrew Garr from Meet The Garrs.
You did awesome.
You did,
man.
yeah.
Amazing, amazing
It was a
work.
pleasure to be a part of it.
I felt like we were hanging out and just like enjoying our day, and you were just like doing your thing. I was, doing mine, and you yours.
Yeah.
But it was a really laid back. It's like you weren't in our face with the camera. It's
I mean,
like,
that's part of the goal, right? Is you want to be there to just capture the things that are happening.
Yeah.
Something we tell all of our couples, and you guys kind of hinted at this a little bit, but your wedding is like the only time where all of your friends, all of your family are going to be in one place. And so to not only have photos of that, but videos of that as
Yeah.
well, the audio, the speeches, and all of that stuff. It's awesome to be able to capture stuff like that for
And
people.
I mean, just like thinking back, it's like I truly like don't remember it, and so it's like being able to see like your wedding from like literally someone else's point of view, but capture and be like, oh yeah, like that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be so rewarding to just
Yeah.
show people like the most important day of their lives.
Absolutely. And I think part of our goal too is like, we want you to remember how your wedding day looks. Like, don't get me wrong, like there's so much beauty and you invest all this stuff into floral and venue and all these things. But at the end of the day, like we want our couples to be able to look back in 10 years and be like, man, I remember that's how I felt seeing my husband for the first time, or, that moment down the aisle, or the speeches or the first dance. Like, hearing all of those toasts and vows, like that's super special for people. And so it's really a privilege to be able to capture that for couples.
Yeah,
so.
and it's fun. It's not like you're capturing something sad.
No, it's one of the best days of people's lives. And so we just get to come along for the ride and have fun with it.
What made you want to get into that?
So my wife is sort of the mastermind behind a lot of this.
Smart man.
Yes, and so she actually started out in an area not much unlike this, very much broadcast TV all throughout high school. When she graduated high school, she kind of kept doing that kind of more commercial type work. And we were dating at the time, and she's like, I just want to film a wedding. And my cousin was getting married, so we were like, hey, let's just film it for free. Wow. And we met a planner at that wedding, and then here we are 12 years later, you know, full time, just enjoying the process. So.
I know, and it's so important. I mean, you guys are amazing to work with, but I think it's like kind of like a dating thing, because like, again, when you pick your videographer, you really want to feel, I don't know, comfortable. And especially I want to be like, we're a pain in the butt, because like we do a lot of stuff. So I'm like, maybe we suck. But like, you know, I'm like, this is kind of what I'm thinking. You're like, Makaila, I got you. And I'm like, oh yeah, like.
Well, and I think part of that is like, you mentioned it too, like we just kind of hung out.
Yeah.
And that's really what the goal is to like, we don't want to add any stress or chaos to your day. We just want to, you know, have fun with it.
And even like miking him up and his speech he gave and all the things. I couldn't resist. But, you know, it really just, it flowed so seamlessly. And again, like, I love the fact it's like you weren't like in our face. You just, it was like we're hanging out, and now we'll have these memories forever and ever and ever. And we'll get to share them with everyone and relive it over and over again, which is beautiful.
Absolutely. And I think you hit on it too a lot, is that importance of having a team.
Yes.
You know, I was thinking about this the week after your wedding and how kind of the rain threw a wrench in a lot of things, but being able to have people like Jen and Kyla and all of the people at Bella Colina, like, I was thinking about it, like, man, to be able to text Jen 45 minutes before you're ready to go and be like, hey, we're doing a first look, like, now. Like, having that team like that was so, I think, essential to like pulling something like that off. And so you did a phenomenal job choosing your team.
Yeah. So it's so important to pick the right people. And I mean, your relationships with all them are so good, because it's like, they're like, hey, this is who you need to use for videos. This is who you need to use for flowers, because those relationships just matters. I mean, if you make the wrong choice, you know, you can't fumble it on your big day.
Absolutely.
And especially, again, it's like if you can invest in a couple, the two main things I always say, photographer and videographer, because again, that's the end of the day, that's what you got.
Those will outlast you in some ways, to your kids, to your kids' kids, all those things. So it's important.
Absolutely. I mean, my parents shared with me their wedding video, and I have it on a little thing. I mean, how crazy is that? It's like, those are the things you hang on to.
Absolutely.
Andrew, thank you so much for documenting our day. Check him out, Andrew from Meet The Garrs. Welcome to our wedding. We're sitting here, our wedding day, sitting here, husband and wife, and we are joined, fully married, and we are joined by an amazing, amazing guest that we're so happy to have at our own wedding. We actually met her at another wedding for literally one of my college roommates, and I was so impressed. I sat down and I was like, oh my God, she has to be at our wedding. We are joined by Sam Nelson from Sam Nelson Art. Oh my gosh, Sam. I mean, you're literally sitting here painting us right now at our own wedding. I mean, how did you start all this?
Well, I started live painting at weddings maybe about 5 years ago. I had a friend ask me to paint her wedding. And I had never heard of that before, but you know what, I'll give it a try. I was in grad school at the time, so I wasn't really doing it full time, obviously, but I just gave it a try. It was really fun.
And you're great at it. And it's like, I don't know, it made sense. I mean, what a nice just a value add for your guests, because now
and again, we are at a wedding, yes, but it's not a wedding. It's for any party.
Any kind of party.
It blows people away.
Well, yeah, and it's like guests love to have an experience, and when you can literally capture the moment where they're at a friend's wedding, our wedding, anything, and you get to go home with it. I mean, the portrait you did of us at my friend's wedding, I still have literally on display in a beautiful frame, because it just brings me that much joy.
I just wonder if you can make my face a little more spelt.
Oh yeah, not even needed.
But Sam, one of the other things that I absolutely love is that you travel like two people. So what's the best way? How far do you travel? What do you do? How does that work?
You can just reach out to me on my website, samnelsonart.com.
Yes.
But I do travel, not super far, but I'm open to going anywhere. I'm based in Jacksonville at the moment, but I drove here today, so It's exciting to be here.
So happy to have you here. I mean, all of our guests have just been coming up to us and they're like, we have a portrait. Like, it's so cool. I mean, to give someone literally experience and a memory. I mean, they're investing in us and our relationship, coming to our wedding. It's the least we could do is have an amazing, talented artist. You don't just do watercolor guest paintings, you do a whole bunch of other things. What else do you do, Sam?
Yeah, so I do like large acrylic paintings at weddings, like a bride and groom. I also do watercolor, which is kind of unusual for the larger paintings. Not a lot of live painters do like big of the bride and groom in watercolor, so that's kind of a cool thing. My style is more impressionism for those, which is not super common, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I just do like commissions on the side, so I paint like anything.
You do it all. She does it all, ladies and gentlemen. She truly does it all. And she is painting us right now, which is pretty dang cool.
On your wedding day.
Yes, and the fact we bonded, I was like, when I get married, Sam is coming to our wedding, and here she is.
Yeah, you said that many months ago. Now here we are.
Well, Sam, I can't wait to see this beautiful piece you're coming up with. Thank you for being part of our special day.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
Exciting.
Best of Central Florida from our wedding continues.
People ask me all the time if I feel guilty for filing bankruptcy for people. No, I do not. I feel guilty not filing bankruptcy for hardworking families who are struggling every month to put food on the table. Call me now. You have power.
There's just something about weddings and all the little things that go into it that really just make it like the big thing, you know?
It's more complicated than I first thought. No doubt about it.
Yeah, and it really comes down to all the little tiny decisions that you often overthink. But for me, one thing.
You mean you.
It was me, yeah. And I made those choices for you, so you didn't have to worry about it, honey.
How was my balance of staying out of it, but also acting like, not acting like, but caring too?
It was good.
I had
You
a
were
decent
very
balance?
supportive of
All
my
right.
choices.
Are you just saying that? Or?
No,
Okay.
no, you were very supportive, and it came out beautifully. And speaking of beautifully, it wouldn't have been as beautiful if we didn't have the amazing woman to my right, Jane from Petal Grain Designs. Jane, you took care of all the things that my little aesthetic head really wanted to see, but you brought it to life.
Thank you, thank you. We love doing that. That's why we work with clients on such a personal basis. Especially like this one. You wanted to incorporate your dog, and like that is just the type of personal touches that we like to put in the signage we make.
I was so impressed when I first got to walk in, because again, like wedding day, I'm like, again, I feel like I just blacked out. Like I'm like, then I'm like, I have my sign. And it literally sits on my bar at home. But I mean, the seating chart, that was one of the things that I think sometimes, like when you first, get engaged and you're planning your wedding, I'm like, I need to wow people with the seating chart. And I literally sent you my Pinterest board. We were talking and I was like, here you go. And you're like, okay, cool, we're gonna rock and roll with it. And you just came up with a custom design, and I didn't get to see it till obviously the day of, but you brought it to life.
Yeah, well, thank you for trusting us. I know that it's sometimes scary leaving the trust in someone else, but you had such a good selection of vendors, and
Absolutely.
I feel like that makes such a big difference. So we do work closely with other vendors, like your planner. And so through that network, I feel like you can have that trust.
Yeah.
But yes, the seating chart, definitely statement piece, and yours really just embodied the whole aesthetic of your wedding, and you did such a good job planning.
Thanks. I spent a lot of hours on Pinterest. But then I rely on people like you who really could see what I was thinking in my head but execute. Because I'm like, well, I see it in here, but you bring it to life. And I mean, even with the bar sign, incorporating our dog Stella, I sent you a picture and boom, I'm like, there's Stella. it takes it up a notch. And I
Yes.
think when you're relying on someone to really kind of have those memorable aspects, it was amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you. I agree. It was just so fun working with you and taking your thoughts in Pinterest and
Yes.
turning it into a reality so you guys can have the best wedding possible.
Believe it or not, I didn't have a Pinterest board myself. But
Well, you should.
Oh, I got something.
you did an amazing job. But how did you start this business? How did you get into this whole wedding thing?
We got into weddings doing backdrops previously. And then once COVID hit, everything kind of scaled back because there wasn't a lot of stuff in person. So we took it to Etsy with signage to try to make something smaller, but still to be able to customize your wedding. So once we did that, then we started seeing a need for more larger scale items like life-size
the seating
seating
chart,
chart.
yes.
Yeah, larger displays that can kind of make an immersive experience instead of, just a decor item.
Sure.
So it just kind of spiraled, and now we're doing these large installs and custom designs, and that's kind of where we're at now.
And it really it changed the whole dynamic of the wedding, and really having people be like, oh my gosh, let's get our picture with the seating chart. I mean, it really just
that's so
elevates it, and it came together more beautifully than I could have ever imagined. And
Oh, thank you.
this literally sits at my bar at home now because I'm like, wow, it's so beautiful. I'm like, it can't just go in a drawer. I'm like, this is Stella's sign and our favorite things, but you really took it above and beyond, Jane.
Oh, that's perfect.
And
yeah.
not to mention, I used to see you every single morning at St.
Yes.
Peter's in Lake Mary. We were your beautiful Ella and my Mila. We went to the same school.
That's
Still go to the same school now
Yes,
again
now
too.
they go to the same
That's awesome.
school. They're in different classes. Hopefully next year they'll
Yep.
be back together. But
One
we
can
miss
hope.
seeing you at
I
St.
know.
Peter's.
Absolutely. Well, hey, if you want
Great
to
job.
bring the designs that you have in your head and you're like, I need to trust someone, and really just between the signage, the seating charts, all of it, Jane really does it all, and she'll bring it to life beautifully, and you don't have to stress. Look no further than Petal Grain Designs for all of your design needs, because guess what? She brought our designs to life, and I couldn't be happier.
Absolutely.
Quick break. Best of Central Florida continues.
Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
Welcome back to the show. The wedding, I guess, is over.
It is over.
The honeymoon
It's just beginning.
is just beginning. I'm so happy to be married to you. I didn't want a wedding, I really didn't, but it was one of the most magical days of my life. It really was. And
too.
obviously a lot of it is because you were the person I'm marrying, but it felt like a birthday on steroids.
It was like a birthday on steroids. I wish it could have lasted longer. We might have to have a big celebration
Thank
for
you to all the wonderful people who made it possible. Thank you. Most importantly, thank you for joining us. See you again next week for more Best of Central Florida. The preceding Best of Central Florida was sponsored by these fine sponsors.